Well, the first 12 to 14 practices, he will be strictly on defense. For the simple reason is we've got some guys on campus, some young players with Troy Pittman and Rafael Andradis we need to continue to develop. We signed 5 true freshmen that we need to find out what these guys can do. And if we put Luchez over there on offense, we're not going to find out what those guys can do. So those first 12 or 14 practices, we're going to really emphasize on what those guys can do. Luchez is going to have a role on offense this year. How much depends on how quickly those guys on campus and those true freshmen develop at the position, and also how well the young defensive backs develop at the corner position.
Coach, where is this program right now in relation to where you thought it would be heading into year 2? Are you kind of ahead of the game a little bit, or how would you assess it?
Well, I think as far as our win total last year, probably ahead of the game a little bit, but as far as where our roster is in our locker room, I'm very comfortable with where we are. This is where I wanted to be at this time from the standpoint of, we're building this thing the right way, and that starts up front on both lines of scrimmage. In our league, you better be good there. I know that. Building it with good people that are going to make good choices and decisions, and guys that understand the importance of playing at the University of Florida. And I think that we're getting to that point now. You don't have 8 come-from-behind wins if you don't have guys that have character and discipline and toughness and have buy-in within the program and are able to come together for that common purpose. So I feel very comfortable with where we are as far as the roster and the locker room and those things, and obviously very pleased with last season from a record standpoint. I didn't like the way we ended the year, and obviously we came up a little short because our goal is to go to Atlanta at the University of Florida. And when you don't meet that goal, you haven't achieved anything.
Does this coach, this new helmet ejection rule, does it give you pause? You worry about the way it's going to be assessed at maybe different levels, different schools, different conferences?
Well, again, I'm all for player safety. I don't know why the rule we had last year was wrong. If a guy led with the crown of his helmet, if a guy hit a defenseless player, Commissioner Slive and Steve Shaw, who does an outstanding job with our officials, sat down in a very calm, cool environment on Sunday or Monday and made a decision if the player was going to be ejected for the next game. I don't understand what was wrong with that. That's what they do in the National Football League. Commissioner Goodell sits down with his people after a game, and they sit down in a very calm, cool environment, and they look at it 100 different ways and see if it was a malicious hit, and if it was, the young man needs to sit the next game, or they fine him in the NFL. So, I think we've put too much on our officials, in my opinion, to throw a flag and to err on the side of player safety, which I'm for. But I think we put a lot on that, and they say, well, we're going to go to the replay booth. Well, we want to speed up these games, so the replay booth are being told to hurry everything up. Are they getting all the angles? Are they getting all the looks? Was it really a malicious hit? And I think those are things I think we've made a poor decision in that department. I really do. I think a player is punished if he's sitting the next game no matter what. And certainly you need to target lower as far as staying away from the head and some of the head injuries and things we go through. But again, let me go back and say, I'm all for player safety. I'm not against that. I just don't think the rule is kind of a little bit much for me.
Is it going to change the way you coach your technique?
Well, you got to target lower, and you can't lead with the crown of your helmet. That's the bottom line. And that's the way we coached last year. And we had no issues last year with our football team, knock on wood. So, again, I just think we've put a lot on the plate of the officials. They already have a lot on their plate. It's a fast, physical game. Things happen very quickly, and I think we've put a lot on their plate.